In August 2023, the House of Bayard Re-enactment Society undertook their black powder artillery show for the England Medieval Festival held at Pippingford Park, Nutley, East Sussex. The first handgun is an early 14th century bronze Tannenberg pole gun with a small powder chamber within the barrel. The second early 15th century handgun is called Mrs. Tiggywinkle as it has spikes. These three late 15th century handguns are all serpentine matchlocks, as they have S-shaped matchlocks that hold the match in place, also known as aquabuses. The term lock, stock and barrel refers to the first time that guns have a lock, a stock and a barrel. The first to fire has a button mechanism and is called a snap lock. When the button is pressed, the serpentine snaps down into the pan. The second gun has a sprung trigger lever which pivots the matchlock into the pan. The last gun is slightly later, around 1475, and is a sear lock. It is reversed so that the S faces the gunner, unlike the other two guns. The lock springs back into place after the trigger lever is pulled, making it much faster than the other guns. The first cannon on the right, named Donkey, as it buckaroos, is a siege barricade gun designed to be stationary. It has an elevator so can fire downhill from castle walls. Cheap to produce, no wheels and with a bore of 1.5 inches, it is designed to be used in defence as an anti-personnel gun, firing anything from small stones to canisters filled with flint or iron nails. The second cannon is a late 14th century, early 15th century Bombedella or Pesaro. It has a short, wide barrel that can launch a stone ball projectile high to drop on a target. This is a copy from the Duke of Burgundy's armoury. Cast in iron from a mould, it has a 4.5 inch bore. The third cannon, named Big Red, is also Burgundian and dates from around 1460. It's a field artillery anti-personnel piece. It has a 2-inch bore and can fire a lead ball or a bag of musket balls, otherwise known as bag shot. The fourth cannon, named Isabel, is also a Burgundian. This field artillery piece dates from around 1460 and fires bag shot. It has a bore of 1.5 inches. In the next firing sequence, Isabel, the Burgundian cannon, fires first, followed by Big Red, the other Burgundian cannon, then Donkey, the siege gun, and finally the Bombedella cannon, despite it flashing before Big Red and Donkey. The Bombedella has a very thick wall with a 2-inch powder chamber, which opens out into a much larger powder chamber, much like a funnel. The thick wall causes the priming powder to burn grain by grain, much like a fuse, until it passes through the wall and the flame propagates into the main charge. The other cannons are relatively thin-walled and flash easily into the main charge. Hence why the Bombedella has a slower detonation and fuse-like delay. We hope that you have enjoyed this short House of Bayard black powder artillery show and hope that one day you'll come and see us at a live event.